Hello, YouTube. I cannot believe I'm doing this. It's been quite a long time since I've been wanting to do this, but here we are, and I don't know what other much to say, but I'm getting rid of the BMW for another BMW. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to get off work and actually still on my work clothes, so that's always great. But if it ain't red, it ain't fast. So it's doing. But I'm gonna go drive to North Carolina tomorrow to go pick up another BMW, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna really miss it, to be honest with you. It's been such a great car, and I've had it for going on, I don't know, 2 months now, and I've gotten a lot of compliments, but obviously it needs a little bit of work on it. It has some front end damage there, and it actually has a salvage title, which is kind of unfortunate. I put new brakes on it. Now, those calipers are not supposed to be red. However, somebody painted them red. And then when I went to go do the brakes on them, I noticed that they were once red, so I repainted them red again. So there's that. But also, it's not a bad looking rig. For what it is, you gotta think, well, I got this for a good deal, let's say that much. But it's got Detroit axle calipers on it. Not calipers. Uh, I can't speak. My brain is not working. But for what it is, it really is not that bad of a car. Sure, she's got a little bit of wear and tear on her. But yeah, no, the interior really ain't that bad in it either. I mean, it's got clear coat fading on it. And she ain't that bad. Let's be honest here. Everything works on it. I mean, the interior, you gotta think, it's 30 years old. She a little dirty right now. And of course, I have stuff in it, but she'll do. But the headliner's falling down, and at least the sunroof works. That is actually a plus, which is really nice. But the headliner, really, there's nothing else wrong with this car. And I wanted to do a series on it, but I had a change of heart. But with that being said, I wanted to do something a little different. My channel is going to be mostly all around cars and bikes. And I can't believe I'm starting this. This is something I've been, again, wanting to do for ages, I'm a blue-collar man. I work all my life. I work hard for what I do. But in today's reality, at least for me anyways, that's not what I always want to be doing. Don't want to be climbing poles for a living. For you blue-collar guys out there that know what I'm talking about, scaffolding is not fun. That's what I personally do for a living, and it does good. I might have a little white trash trailer, but I'm doing pretty good for myself. But I have other projects, and this is not what I always want to do. I want to work on cars, create bike content, eventually get to the point to where I'm like, I don't know, setting up a car meet somewhere big or a bike meet. That's just always something I wanted to do. In the car scene and motorcycle scene right now, gone. Just forget about it. I've seen so much crap, man. It's bad. It's not that it's just falling apart, but at the same time, it really is. Like, all the diehard guys out there are like, blah, 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 If you are in East Tennessee or Tennessee, period, and Pigeon Forge, you already know what I'm talking about. Rod Run, Slammed Enough, which is no longer existent, and whatever events they have. I know they have Jeep Invasion, which is where you take the Jeeps. Don't buy a Jeep, by the way. Not a good financial decision. But that's another thing. We got to get to that thing later down the road. And currently it's just sitting in my driveway. So it is what it is. But with all that being said, I have ideas and plans that I want to get to in life. I'm tired of coming home dirty as hell, and it's great. It's not that I don't want to work, because I like to work. But why work when you can do something you love every day? And it's still working. It's still working. It still pays the bills. And that's what I want to get to. And this, this is clean. I like it. But the reality of today is, newer shit's coming in. And, you got to have something nice. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. But knowing me, I would want to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars into this rig. And it's a clean looking car. Do not get me wrong. But also, with that being said, I have other projects that I want to do series on. For example, this is something I have been starting probably since the beginning, not the beginning of last year, about September of last year. I had this, and there's nothing like building something and then looking back at it like, whoa, I built that. You know, it might be a small little bike. Yes, bike, you heard that correctly. It's a Ninja 250. It's not a 600, it's not a 1000, it's a little thing. But on all things being said, it's still a bike at the end of the day. It's got a built motor into it. It still needs a little bit of work. I've put Wiseco pistons in it, and I've cleaned it up a lot on the inside. If you follow me on Instagram, which the links to that and my TikTok will all be in the description, this is something I want to finish. But as I stand, I'm always working. And I do not have time to work on projects like this. And God knows when this video is even going to come out. So, your parts are expensive, right? Economy, down. Just as far, you go straight through Earth. I don't know where this digs to, but I imagine if it digs to the other side, probably go to China. I don't know. But, this is a parts bike I picked up, also out of North Carolina. And, it don't run. I've never heard it run. I don't know anything about it besides for the parts I've taken off of it. However, this one, on the other hand, still needs a lot of work. And it was running and driving at one time, and then the clutch cable broke, and I got it from a guy that didn't exactly take the best care of it. I would like to throw some pictures on screen, but my editing skills might not be good enough, so, you know, I'm just going to say this now. It was spray painted black. It was previously sprayed blue before that, and the original color of this bike was red. So, it's been spray painted all of the LGBTQ plus XYZ colors that you could ever imagine. Also, my workspace I have to work with is not a whole lot, but it will do the job for now. But with that being said, I'm going to be driving this to North Carolina, and I'll be talking about some of the things I will want to be doing with this channel and my plans. I've touched up on a little bit of them. But, I guess all we have to do is wait, and we'll see about this thing, and we'll pick up the new rig, and that's going to be its own separate video. Although you might be able to get to see the interior. Maybe, if I'm still talking about it. But I plan on breaking it down so I have some videos to make, because right now I have a lot of plans, but you got to work your way up there. Well, I went and picked up the E90. Unfortunately, I could not get any footage of me picking the car up or driving back to North Carolina in the E36 due to me not having a phone mount in my car and lots of cops being out, so that was just lovely. But I picked up the E90, and you guys have to see it. I love it. I've enjoyed driving it back here to Tennessee, and it's great. It's gonna be the best car. No, can't be that guy. But I love it, and I have plans for it, and I have high hopes for it. That's if nothing goes wrong with it, because you know, BMW, or my life is, of course, I have very unfortunate luck. Unlucky, that is. But with that being said, I have the car now, and you have to stick. I'm having a stroke. I wish my editing skills were better. You have to see the next video whenever that comes out to see the car in person. Well, I guess not in person, over online. I'm really not with it today. Huh. But I have plans for it. I've already ordered some things for it. Headlights was a must because they were foggy as hell. And they needed to replace along with fog lights. And I think it could use some tint because windows are just kind of, you know, see-through, fishbowl, like the E36. And driving in that thing in the morning was terrible.
Because, you know, it's a small little, E36 was a small little dinky car, you know. When you get a truck behind you in East Tennessee with bright LEDs, you ain't seeing anything behind you. It's just God in heaven. It's like directly, I don't know. It's just flashlights into your car at all times. You can't see anything. It's just white. You might as well just spray paint your windows black at that point, so you can't see anything. But it does need tint. But I have high hopes, and I guess I'm gonna leave it here at this video. And I don't know where I'm going with this YouTube thing, but we're winging it, and hopefully I'll get better. But chances are, you never know unless you try it. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Also view my socials, which will be linked in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.